I'm Nicole Belanda. I work for Rockwell Automation as the Customer Advocacy Program Manager, and we're here to talk about results achieved. I'm here with Robin Cobb from Polytron to talk about some great results that they achieved with one of their biggest customers. Hi, Robin.
Hello, Nicole. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you could be here. Can you tell everyone what your role is and what Polytron does?
Absolutely. So my role at Polytron is a Senior Project Manager. Polytron is a system integrator based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Our focus is in food and beverage integration for packaging and process systems. We also have a smart manufacturing division that focuses on MES, ERP, and platforms of that nature. And we also have an industrial network and cybersecurity group, which I'm head of as well.
Wow, you got a lot on your plate.
I do. Maybe too much, eh?
So you're in our partner network, which is fabulous, Rockwell Automation's partner network.
That's correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about your partnership quick?
Yeah, absolutely. We're one of the integrated partner programs with Rockwell. We go through all the certifications. We're tiered in the packaging process, labels that they list, and we have a complete portfolio of distributing their platform solutions.
We're happy to have you in our network. So tell me about this customer, because this is a global customer, beverage producer, a lot of business that they do to tie together. What did they come to you for?
Well, they came to us because they wanted to extract more efficiency out of their aging equipment. So to get that extraction, to prove that data, they needed to connect it to an infrastructure, to pull it in, to do algorithms. Well, when they started looking at it, guess what? They identified that, hey, we don't have the infrastructure to support it, and B, the technology to connect it to the infrastructure needed to be upgraded. So Polytron sent in a team of engineers to do an audit and assessment, and we came back with analysis and a proof of concept to deploy a solution.
I think about this like when I'm looking at the devices, even just in my house, to try to get them to talk to one another. And I'm like, oh my goodness, we're running different operating systems. We need to upgrade this one. I cannot imagine this at a global scale with a variety of different softwares. What advice do you have for a company about like how to do a good inventory of all of that and how to move forward?
Well, the first thing that we did was look at it from the big picture. Right now, it's about connectivity, and there's not a one solution fits all. So you go in with the understanding that the program is about connection. So the technology that you connect it to and how you extract the data changes. Currently, our design practices is not one platform fits all. Supply chain issues have caused us to reevaluate the controls hardware that we are using. Right now we're mixing and matching different platforms from Rockwell, and this is a good thing that their platforms have, they're inoperable. So it's great that they can connect and crosstalk, but that's caused real issues in being able to deploy on time and at scale.
I think everybody's facing this right now, and it's nice that you have enough knowledge that you can pick and place, and luckily it talks to each other, so the customer's very lucky to have your expertise to help bring this together. So you're saying different solutions for different problems. What are some examples of what was implemented?
Well, for one, you could talk to a legacy network, and at the time that might work just because you can't get parts in for a year. You may get one piece, so you use a legacy network to tie into a new factory floor network. Some of it is you want to upgrade the entire machine controls. That requires a lot more extensive programming, details, cost is a big concern. And when you're tying it up to a factory floor network, security is always at hand. So you want to encapsulate whatever you can on that connectivity portal, that bubble, and get that data up to whatever database, whether it's on-prem or off-prem, to do those analysis, to get that information back to the decision makers.
And what are they going to do with that? What type of things are they looking to solve with all that big data that they're getting now?
Well, one of the key things on the data that we're looking at is getting more efficiency out of the equipment they have right now. So they're looking at specifics as to what is causing downtime for, say, a packaging system. What is driving their OEE numbers lower? They want to raise those OEE numbers. So for the solutions that we've implemented, you can see a return that we want to target around 10%. But when you start digging into it, you'll start seeing 10, 15% more because you're getting good data out that you can spend money, effort, and time to address those areas. And the return on investment is paying back quickly.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's helpful to have a guide of where to invest the money instead of just taking a good guess. So it sounds like the data is providing them that guide.
It truly is. It's, they come to me and they want to build up an ROI business case. Help me sell this to my executives. And we'll go in and say, well, if you're doing this, then you'll get a return of this. And when you put the numbers in front of the executives and you say, well, this is what is forecasted. It's not guaranteed until we implement it, but the best information we have to date is implement the solution. We're going to get a 10 to 15% increase in our OEE, which you back in the numbers, and that's production output.
Nice. It's hard to say no when you know exactly what the value will be of the solution. So you mentioned 10 to 15% OEE increase. That's huge, isn't it, for food and beverage industry?
It is huge. That's the median. I'd say we've seen some that are lower, especially if you go in and you have systems that are running at good OEEs right now. Well, you're only going to get small bumps. If you have older equipment that's old technology, that's where you're going to get your bigger bang. But there's bigger costs because there's bigger risk, but there's bigger payback. So if you look at it as a bell curve, your older side, you're going to get higher risk, higher returns. Your newer side, it's going to go down and you're going to get a little bit lower, a little bit less risk.
That makes sense. Yeah, so the balance between what you invest and what you get is pretty proportional though.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you so much, Robin, for coming today and telling us about what Polytron is doing and for being our advocate and our expert out in the field with some of these great customers. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Nicole. Thanks for having me here. And at any time, you can find us on the web at polytron.com.